Wednesday. I say Wednesday because in all honesty, I will admit, I got up this morning and I watched a replay of a television show that I missed last night, which is on Tuesday night, so I now think it's Tuesday. But I'm super excited to be here with you guys today because today I'm talking about gambling, which, you know, isn't kind of the normal thing that we would discuss in this group, but today it's all about who you're betting on. Cough sweets at the ready. And whether you are actually betting on you or whether you're letting other people make decisions for you and for your business. So, recently, it's been an interesting one. I'm going to wait for a couple more of you to hop on. And then we're going to be talking about who you're betting on, whether you're betting on yourself, and whether you're giving yourself really the best chance in your business. So, hey Lorraine, how are you? Do you know, I made a smoothie this morning. Yeah, I forgot to take a photo, but I did make one. So there you go. I actually even went out and bought bananas. Check me out. So Lorraine is converting me to this whole healthy eating thing. And I'm doing it, and I had a smoothie, and it was so good because it was the first time in 5 days that I haven't had ice cream for breakfast. So I was like, score, this is awesome. Hey Natalie, nice to see you live. Awesome. So today I'm talking about betting, and I'm talking specifically about betting on you and whether you bet on you in your business. And it's an interesting one really because, as you all probably know, me and Susan, thank you. I'm slowly making positive steps towards a healthy diet. Really slowly, but I'm trying. But as you know, I'm launching a course at the moment with Susan Kate. We're doing a lot of work on beliefs and mindset work right at the beginning for that. And I'm also in the middle of, or about to relaunch Sell Out Success, which is awesome. So I'm doing about 3 different launches at the moment. And one of the things that came up for me was when I was writing everything down, and I'll show you guys my launch plan and stuff so you can see what that actually looks like, but basically a big mess. But, you know, the thing is, it's when it came down to it, when I was writing down, okay, well, this is how much I want to make in this area, and this is how many clients I want to bring into this particular program, and this is how much I want to be able to pay out to affiliates, and blah, 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 blah. I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, hang on, is that really possible for me? And I started thinking, oh, this whole mindset thing is coming up for me again. And I mean, I come from the corporate world, so I can tell you pretty safely that mindset, dirty word in corporate. Like, nobody believes in mindset, nobody knows what mindset is. And as far as the corporate world is concerned, you go in, you do your job, you perform well, and that's that. So prior to actually coming into the online world, I didn't really know anything about mindset. And I certainly didn't know anything about having that kind of intrinsic faith in yourself that you were able to actually do something and see it through. Because I'll be really honest with everybody, before I started my own business, I was what is commonly referred to as a quitter. And that just meant that if there was something I couldn't really do or I wasn't really that good at it, I probably wouldn't stick at it. Which is a terrible quality in a person. So you could say that one of the biggest lessons I've learned from entrepreneurship is that actually there are lots of things that I'm not good at. And that's okay, but that you have to keep trying, you know, and you keep persevering. And so for me, one of the biggest challenges being my own boss was actually managing my own time. You know, I came out of the corporate world where it's very set and you do specific things at 10 o'clock and specific things at 12 o'clock and then specific things at 2 o'clock. And I kind of came out of that and completely rebelled and was like, well, I don't want to do anything at 10 o'clock. I want to be in bed until 8 o'clock. And, you know, as a result, it was kind of difficult to set a schedule for success in my business. So when I came down to writing all these goals for the launches, and I was kind of thinking, okay, well, you know, I want to bring in, say, 50 people into one course, and I want to bring in another 20 into another course, and I want some people to be able to explore and beta test some different things for me, and I need so many of those. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, is that really possible? Is that really possible for me? And I went back to a stage in my life where I thought, oh, you know, a stage where I didn't really bet on me, where I kind of thought, oh, well, you know, I can't possibly do this. And it was really interesting because obviously now that I'm armed with all these mindset tools, now that I kind of sit here and I think and I get to the root of the problem, obviously it makes life much easier for me. So, you know, when I was thinking, okay, well, that's a lot of people to bring into the course, and okay, how long is that launch going to take, and is that really possible for somebody like me who only works 4 days a week and doesn't work weekends? And, you know, is that going to be possible based on my limited tech skills? And is that going to be possible based on the fact that I'm in completely different time zones with most of my clients? And how is that going to work? And there were all these little niggling thoughts that kind of came into my mind that said, oh no, you couldn't possibly do this. And it was really interesting to me because so many of my clients come to me and they say, I would love a 5-figure launch, or I would love a 6-figure launch, or I would love to launch and get some clients from the get-go, you know. And I always say, well, the first thing you have to do is believe that that actually can happen for you. And so when I was looking at my launch plan, I was sat there thinking, well, what if I can't do it? And what if this goes wrong? And what if this happens? I kind of remembered that actually I was doing the exact things that I was telling my clients not to do. And so I needed to go back and I needed to make a list of my own beliefs and look at what was actually stopping me getting there, and look at the things that were stopping me progressing with the launch and procrastinating and, you know, just generally making a bit of a hash of things. And so I wanted to kind of share those with you today so that you can overcome any limiting beliefs that you might have in your business at the moment, whether you're launching something or whether you are trying to do something differently and you don't believe it can happen for you. So the first thing I want you to do is think about what those beliefs actually are. And I'm not going to ask you to do anything woo-woo here, because I'm not very good at the woo. I love it, but I'm not very good at it. So what I want you to do is when you're thinking about, okay, I can't do this because, I want you to write every single reason down of why you can't do that. Now, if like me, it's because you're in a different time zone, or you have a dog, so you can't possibly take time out from dog walking to work, or, you know, you don't eat healthy enough and you don't have the right brain food to make it work, or you don't have a big Facebook following, or you don't have a big email list, or you don't have enough time in the day, or you don't have the stamina, or if you're like me, you like sleep too much to kind of work through the evenings, or whatever that might be. I want you to write all of them down on one bit of paper. And I want you to look at what those beliefs are actually doing for you, okay? And what I mean by that is, we have these beliefs because your brain tells you that either you are about to do something scary, and your brain doesn't want you to do that, so it doesn't want you to step out of your comfort zone and go, oh my goodness, I'm going to embrace change and I'm going to go and do 6 figures and it's going to be awesome. Your brain's like, oh no, that's scary. And we want to stay here in our nice, warm, cozy cave and hole. I love that, Natalie. I'm actually walking the dog while watching. That's amazing. Literally made my day. What kind of dog do you have? Max is currently sleeping. I'll show you guys. So Max sort of lives next to... Oh, you can't see him. Hang on. Maxie? You say hello? I don't know whether you guys can see him, but he sort of like sleeps just next to my desk all of the time, because he thinks it's funny. But yeah, so, you know, think about your... Ah, nice, a flat coat. That's really cool and unusual. But yeah, so think about what your beliefs are doing for you. Are they actually trying to protect you? Okay, so some of your beliefs will be trying to keep you in your comfort zone. And that's because your brain has the nice fight or flight mechanical system that says, this is scary and something really bad might happen if we do it, so we're just going to stay here. We're just going to run away from that scary thing, okay? And sometimes success can look scary in your mind, so your brain's like, nope, don't want to do that, run away. The other issue that we have is that actually sometimes those limiting beliefs, they are just kind of there to stop you doing things. You know, they're that little kind of devil on your shoulder that tells you just can't. Oh, you're just not good enough. Oh, you're just too young. Oh, you're just too this. You're just too that. You're just too, you know, whatever. And actually we need to get rid of those, because those aren't doing you or anybody any favours, really. So I want you to write down all of the reasons that you believe you cannot do something. So whether that's your new launch, whether that's a list building activity, whether that's, you know, just making something really successful, whether it's creating a new piece of content, whatever that might be today, I want you to write down every single reason that you can think of, and there doesn't have to be loads. Like when I do this, it's usually between 5 and 10. That's because I've got a very short attention span. I get quite bored of writing everything down. But I want you to think about that, and I want you to write them all down, and I want you to look at them and go, okay, how are these beliefs either protecting me, or how are these beliefs trying to cause me some kind of pain? Okay, so they're either protecting you and looking after you and trying to help you avoid pain, or they're actively triggering something inside of you that is that little I'm not good enough voice. Okay, and then I want you to let go of those beliefs and just kind of think, okay, burn them, bury them, throw them out the window, do whatever you need to do, but you need to let go of those beliefs, because until you let go of those beliefs, there are going to be lots of things that you're going to really struggle with when it comes to launching something new or trying to have major success in a new area. I'm firmly, I firmly admit this, like, I was never somebody to do journaling. It just seemed like a complete waste of my time, and it was really annoying, and all these people said that they did it, all these really cool people that I followed, like, yeah, I journal every day for like 3 hours, and I was just like, I could be setting up a new sales funnel, I could be writing an email sequence, I could be blogging, I could be doing lots of different things, and in reality I wasn't doing any of those things anyway. I was just, instead of doing those things, I was just kind of sat there doing nothing, because I didn't have a clear idea of the goals that I wanted to hit, and because I didn't firmly believe in the goals that I wanted to hit, that it was possible for me to hit them. Hey Sarah! Yay! I'm glad that you're on live again. Today we're talking about betting, gambling. Sounds really cool, doesn't it? But it's mainly belief systems, and whether you actually believe that you can achieve the goals that you've actually set. So what we're talking about is making sure that you can understand whether the beliefs that you have, the limiting beliefs that you have, are actually protecting you, or, and kind of saying to you, no, don't go and hit that scary goal because it's scary and you might die, or whether they're actually just appealing to that little voice inside you that goes, I'm not good enough and I can't possibly hit all these cool goals. So I want you to write them down. I want you to look at whether they're protecting you or whether they are not helping you, whether they're just kind of appealing to that little voice. And I want you to let them go. And then I want you to write some like big goals. Big, hairy, scary goals is how I usually call them. And I want you to think about those big, hairy, scary goals. And if you think after you've done your belief work, if you think, oh yeah, those are, they're not too bad now, I believe that I can hit them, I want you to make them bigger. I want you to make them even bigger than they were before, because if you don't have big, hairy, scary goals, you're not going to hit them. If you have medium goals, that's great. It's always good to have a goal. It's always good to set an intention. But if they don't scare you, if they don't challenge you, and I suppose challenge is the better word, I don't really like fear, but if they don't challenge you, it's going to be very, very difficult to push yourself out of your comfort zone and into the kind of income level or the success level or the fame level or whatever it might be that you want to achieve. Okay, so just think about that for a second there, and think about what you really, really want from your business, because today it's the day where you kind of go, you know what, I can do whatever I want, and really truly believe that, because my mum used to say this to me all the time. When I was little, she was like, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. And so I went through a phase where I was like, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a vet, or I want to be a bin driver, like a bin lorry driver. Believe me, I wanted to be that for a while. I think that was mainly because my mum couldn't drive, so I just wanted to drive a big truck. But I wanted to be a train driver, I wanted to be lots of different things. And every single time I came home to my mum and I said, I want to write a book, or I want to be on stage, or the best one was, I want to be the president, when I'm not actually a resident of the United States. But every time I went to my mum and I said, I want to be this, my mum was like, great, what a cool idea, She was really celebrating it. Yeah, that's awesome, you can totally be the president if you want, you can totally be, an author or an astronaut or whatever. And it was only as I got older, when I started kind of going to, college and uni and all that kind of stuff, where people were like, no, you can't be an astronaut. It's too hard to be an astronaut. You have to go to university and you have to do all the science stuff and it's really hard. And then I would think, oh, oh, it's really hard. Oh, I can't possibly do that because I'm not very good at science and I'm not very good at this, so I can't be an astronaut anymore. Sarah. Ooh, that's interesting. What happens when you believe you can do something, but there are unsure external factors that might impact you and slap you back? I'm really, really struggling with Brexit at the moment. Interesting one. Could you, in the comments though, actually, could you write what Brexit is? Because I'm not sure that everybody will know exactly what Brexit is. So if you pop what Brexit is in the comments, while I'm kind of talking through this one. So when you believe that you can do something, but there are unsure external factors that might impact you and slap you back, that's a really interesting one, because there are always going to be things in life that could potentially come back and bite you on the bum, which is another phrase from my mother. So, you know, in our house, we're quite reserved. But there is always going to be something. Oh, my face is frozen in a really unattractive position there. Awesome. There is always going to be something that could potentially have a negative impact on your business or what you want to do. Okay, and one of the biggest things for that is you can do two things. If you're like me, and I'm a planner, so I'm somebody that worries about things to the nth degree, and I always have been. When I was a kid, you know, I would be one of those people, who worried about things so much, you know. So if we got in the car and I got in the car with both of my parents and we were driving down a really fast road, I would always be the one to say to my dad, oh, Dad, you know, don't go too fast around that corner, because if you go too fast around that corner, there might be another car and we might hit the other car and they might have a family inside and someone might get really injured and da 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 da, and I would spiral off into these really worrying kind of situations, which I didn't need to do. Actually, you kind of have to accept at some point, unfortunately, that there are things that are out of your control. And so in the situation where you think, okay, there are things that may be outside my control here, what can I possibly do to avoid them? I always go, you know what, sit back, relax, first off, because accept, if it's an external factor that you cannot control, you have to accept that there really isn't that much you can do about it, okay? So it sounds really annoying, and it is really annoying. I've just realised that the range of facial expressions I use on camera are not a good look for me. Especially when it freezes, I just look insane. But what I would say is, first off, when there's an external factor that you cannot control, sit back, relax. Use the stop, drop and roll method. Okay, so you stop, you look at the situation, you go, is there anything that I can do about that? Is there anything that I can control about that situation or make any difference to the outcome of that situation? If the answer is yes, great. Go away and do those things that are going to make a difference, okay? So if the answer is yes, I do have some kind of control on that, then go away, do something, you know, do the things that mean that you are in control and try and influence the outcome. If, however, there's nothing you can do, you know, in Sarah's case, Brexit is all about the EU vote. So England are kind of, or Britain really as a whole, is in a phase at the moment where we are kind of deciding whether we still want to be in the EU. And obviously, if we don't want to be in the EU, it's a pretty big change. And for somebody like Sarah who's looking to move into Europe, it could be a big problem. But in reality, in that situation, there isn't really a lot that I can actually do, you know. And Sarah, you know, as a British citizen, I'll be the first person to say that, unfortunately, in that situation, regardless, like, you can make your vote and you can control it as much as you want to in that sort of respect, and that you obviously vote to stay in the EU. But actually, there's not a lot you can do. So what I would do is I would plan for a positive outcome, you know, and I would continue doing things as if they were going to go your way, you know, and I would in my own mind, I'd be like, okay, well, if I was in your situation, I'd pack my stuff and I'd be like, right, okay, I'm going to Spain on June the 22nd. I'd sort out the business from, you know, that perspective and think about how I'm going to manage it over there. Do I need things like Wi-Fi, or, you know, will I need different access and stuff like that? And think about those kinds of things and put those things in place for a positive outcome. And in the back of your, you know, not even in the back of your mind, because you don't really want to be worrying about it all the time, but I'd probably write down a plan B somewhere and be like, okay, if situation Z happens, then what will I do? Okay, well, it's quite likely that I will have to stay in the UK, and it's quite likely that I will just continue as is. But in the meantime, what you don't want to do is obviously stop working on your business or stop trying to grow things, because if you do that, then in either situation, if it goes really well and we stay in the EU and you get to move to Spain, you're going to be like, okay, well, I stopped promoting my business and I was really concerned, and, you know, things like that, and so I actually took time out of the business that I didn't need, and now I'm not making the money that I want. Or you end up in the UK anyway and you think, okay, well, I didn't promote my business and I didn't get the clients that I wanted, and I kind of forgot to tell anybody about what I was doing, and so I'm still not making the income that I want. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But either way, if there are external factors that are affecting your business and that may have some kind of negative influence, think about whether you can actually control them. If you cannot, carry on as normal. You know, carry on doing what you were doing to prepare yourself for success. Because if you kind of focus, the more time, I guess, that you spend worrying about something that you can't control, the less time you spend on the things that you actually can control and that you can actually make an impact with. Okay, so the more time you spend worrying about things outside of your remit, outside of your control, the less time you're spending on the things that actually you can do and that you can make a difference with. And actually, if you are looking at something that you want to make a difference, you know, so for example, building a business that's going to support you financially, or being able to make a wider impact in the world, then actually you kind of need to keep doing that anyway. You know, that doesn't stop just because there are external things going on that may not be that helpful to you. Okay, so just plan always for success. Have a Natalie's just sent me a picture of her dog on the group thing. Everybody should look at that. He's gorgeous. That is, he's so cute. He looks a bit like a Labrador that we have here, but he is lovely. What a cute dog. And that's where I get my fix for the day on animals. That'll stop me watching some cat videos on YouTube this afternoon. That's awesome. But yeah, so external factors. Yes, they're a problem, but you know, you've got to focus on the here and now. You've got to focus on the things you actually can control. And in everybody's case, the only thing that you can be responsible for and that you can actually control in life is you, your business, anything surrounding you. Oh, it's a she, sorry. I always assume that everybody's dog is a boy because I have a boy dog. But she's lovely. Amazing. We're actually thinking about, I'm thinking about buying my boyfriend a collie for his birthday in July. So if I buy a collie puppy, you'll all be the first to see it. It'll be awesome. I'll probably do a live stream with all of the puppies and be like, look, here they all are. Which one should we pick? But yeah. So that's what I would do. In terms of external factors, if you can control it, do something to influence the outcome. If you can't, work towards your immediate goal and the thing that you actually want to change immediately. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. That makes sense to everybody? Hope so. Awesome. So are there any questions about beliefs and about how you can establish good beliefs in your business, or how you can establish a solid success mindset, or anything like that? Any questions on beliefs or how to get the right mindset to make yourself, or to give yourself a better shot at being successful? Like, mindset, I would say, is 50% of the work. The rest of it obviously is action. So if you don't take action, then, you know, it's unlikely that you're going to see success. I'm not advocating that people sit at home and just wish for something really good to happen. You know, obviously you need to do that, you need to put the mindset in place, but then you need to take action on that mindset piece, that inspired action. So any questions? Any questions on mindset, any questions on beliefs, any questions on how you can instill good mindset practices or beliefs into yourself, your business, external factors, internal factors. Anybody worried about anything, or does anybody have any big, hairy, scary goals that they want to share? You know, that's what I really love is, you know, if anybody's got any big, hairy, scary goals that they want to share with us, you know, how can we keep you accountable? Is there anything that we can be doing to support you? You know, what can we do as a group collectively to kind of raise the vibration? Ah, Sarah, thank you. You're so welcome. You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't change the outcome, so let it go. Kind of be detached from the EU stuff, because there's no point you worrying about it. You know, that's just, it's either going to happen or it's not. Just worry about what the immediate impact and what your goals are. You know, focus on those. And once you've focused on those and you've made those happen, then you can go and worry about bigger stuff if you want to. You know, when you ask people their fears a lot of the time, a lot of people, and when you ask people what they want in the world, actually a lot of the time, and you say, I was watching, I don't know whether it's like Miss America or Miss Universe or something like that, but I was watching it and you know, they were saying, oh, you know, what would you want in the world? What would you want to see in the world? Or what would you want to change in the world? And they were all talking about things like, you know, big topics like world peace or finding the cure for autoimmune diseases and you know, really, really important things. And I was just kind of thinking, those topics are just too big for me to comprehend. You know, I would love to see world peace, and I would love to see cures for different diseases, and I would love to see an end to poverty and things like that. But it's a big reminder for me that it's actually the small steps that lead to those big changes, you know, and it really is a case of all of the smaller steps adding up to those big changes. You know, if we want world peace, then everybody has to agree and everybody has to make a difference and everybody has to make a change. And that doesn't necessarily come from everybody saying, oh yeah, I'd love world peace, because that's not them taking action on it. But actually, if everybody did one tiny little thing every day that, you know, was just, they were just really nice to someone, or they went out of their way to kind of sign a petition that was for world peace or something, then all of those smaller changes would add up and eventually affect that big change, you know? So I think it's kind of the same way, for me, it's kind of the same thing with beliefs. Start small, you know, start out with small things in your business and small things in your belief system, change those, and then get to the bigger stuff. Natalie, I have a new program that I would like to have 9 clients at a time of, ooh, the program takes 3 months. Wow, big, hairy, scary for you, since normally you do either 1-hour things or small packages. That's so cool. That's really cool. I'm really excited for you, Natalie. You know, I think that's an awesome, awesome goal. You know, and that is big, hairy, and scary, and that's fantastic. So you want 9 clients. I'm looking forward to seeing you kind of talk about that in the group, because I think that's going to be amazing. But, you know, also, if you need help, you know, if you need support, if you need anything, please reach out, you know, and we can all kind of chip in on marketing ideas and strategies and visibility and promotion and things for you, because sometimes that can be useful. It can be useful to get other pairs of eyes. And as ever, if you ever, you know, need a sales strategy or anything like that, feel free to kind of get in touch with me directly. That's my jam. I love that kind of thing. So you're more than welcome to kind of PM me and find out whether, you know, there's anything that I can recommend on that front. But that's such a cool goal. So 9 clients. And when you think about, I'm actually going to do a training on this tomorrow, which is going to be on ideal clients, because I think this is really important that we kind of discuss in the group who ideal clients are. And everybody will go, oh, but we talk about this all the time. And it's true, because I'm obsessed with, you know, people really understanding who their ideal client is, and actually understanding who they want to be selling to and what they want to be selling them. So tomorrow's training will be on ideal clientology, so that might be really useful for you. Because I promise you it's not going to be what size shoes do they wear and what coffee shops they hang out in and all that kind of stuff. We're going to dig deep and get specific and get a really good idea. So belief work today, everybody needs to kind of get those beliefs, you know. If there's something that's not serving you, get rid of it. And if there's something that's holding you back, if it's limiting you, get rid of it. And then tomorrow we're going to be looking at taking action. So tomorrow we'll be taking action. We'll be looking at ideal clients. We'll be looking at who you need to be putting into those programs and who you need to be talking to and how you can talk their language and all the cool stuff that you can do there. Yay! So are there any more big, hairy, scary goals? Any more beliefs that people would like to talk about? Anything that you have questions on? Is anybody stuck on any areas of, understanding what your beliefs are and how you can manage them and how you can kind of make them easier to cope with, or how you can make them easier to break down, or how you can actually harness your beliefs to work with you instead of, constantly feeling like you're fighting against them? Any questions? I'm going to have a drink. Any questions on beliefs? Any questions on how beliefs work in your business, or how you can overcome different beliefs? Anything at all? If there is, great, pop them in the comments. If there is, pop them in the comments. I'm just going to take the charger out of my phone. I don't know whether that is making this so fuzzy today, because it's really annoying me. There we go. Looks like it might be a bit better. Awesome. Also, thank you to Lorraine, who tweeted out that we go live in the Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs group every day at 12. That was really cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As always, if you guys enjoy being in the group, if you enjoy the trainings, if you want me to cover specific things, let me know. If you let me know, I can make sure that we cover topics that are really relevant to you guys and that are really going to benefit you. And also, if you enjoy being in the group, tell other people about it. I'd love to have more new members in here, not because I don't like you all, because I love you all, obviously, but, we want to create a community that is full of supportive women and that gives everybody the opportunity to kind of be surrounded by a sisterhood, and a really big kind of supportive, happy family community. So if you do know anybody that you think, yeah, they'd probably like hanging out in here, so, you pop them into the group, tell me about them, and I will invite them over. I love that, Lorraine. You were just checking to see whether anyone liked that tweet. I think someone just did, because it just popped up on my computer screen as James somebody liked your tweet, which I always find really hilarious, because I'm like, we get so many men that want to join this group. Honestly, there's loads. There are about 10 pending male members in the members section for this group, and I'm like, it's Fabulous Female Entrepreneurs, guys. I'd love to have you, but it's a girls group. We talk girl stuff, and we talk, fun stuff, and going out, and cocktails, and heels. It's maybe not the traditional guy atmosphere, so I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. I think we're going to have to send them all messages and be like, yay, thanks for, expressing an interest in the group, but we're not accepting male members at this time, maybe. Maybe I'll just have to set up another group and do 2 groups, one with men and women and one with just women, but it's definitely an interesting one. So if anybody has any questions, anybody needs anything from me, pop it in the comments and I'll be happy to kind of help you out. If you don't have questions, awesome. I'm expecting everybody to go away and do some belief work this morning. And if you're thinking, that's the other thing. If you're kind of thinking, that's nice and frozen there. My face there is just an absolute delight. What a great image. But if you're thinking, oh, I don't have time to do belief work, and this is something that I used to con myself into all the time. It's like, I don't have time to do belief work because I should be blogging and I should be doing this and I should be writing content and emails and newsletters and all this kind of stuff, which, is important. But ultimately, I wasn't making the income goals I wanted to because I didn't believe that I actually could. So doing the belief work, yes, okay, it's not bringing you revenue right there and then. You're not paying yourself $100 an hour to do belief work. But actually, in the long term, belief work really will help you to hit the income goals that you need. So it really is kind of an important thing that you need in your business to take the time out and actually cover off. That's quite an important thing. So Lorraine, it's funny because when I started on this big online journey and groups and things, I didn't want to share any of my information in case my local competitors grabbed it. So funny when I look back now and just spreading love. Yeah, it's so weird. I get people who are also sales coaches all the time, and I flipping love it because I'm like, do you know what? We all have totally different styles. We do things in different ways. We have different groups. We have different ideal clients, you know, lots of different things. And I actually really like talking to them because they're the people that can understand how interesting, you know, my business is. They're like, you know, I can swap sales strategies and be like, oh my goodness, did you hear about this? This is really cool. Or did you hear about this new funnel thing that's awesome? And, you know, I can have a real kind of geeky sales funnel conversation with them and know that they totally get it and that they, you know, they love it too. You know, that they're really excited about sales, and that I can share all the strategies, and I can share all the funnel geek stuff, and I can be really excited and they'll be really excited about it. So, you know, connecting with people in your industry is really important. The other thing is that it actually is really good fun because they also understand the challenges of your business, you know, and the challenges that you actually face when you're trying to do things, you know, and when you're trying to make a difference, and when you're trying to launch something and it's not, you know, it's kind of not popping into your head for you. This is awesome. Natalie, you've just found Block to Book Day 1 challenge. Do you know what? I flipping love you. You're like an online detective because people have been looking for this for ages. So I'm literally going to copy that link and put it out somewhere so that people can grab it, because everybody has come back to me and been like, where's day 1? I can't find it. And I'm like, I don't know. So I've been searching through it. So well done you, online detective Natalie. That's what I'm going to start calling you. Amazing. So if anybody has any questions about beliefs, if you've got any questions about mindset, hit me up in the comments. I'm going to be around this afternoon and I'll be kind of answering those as normal. And if you've got, you know, if you want to have a chat with me about anything, or you've got a big launch coming up or something like that, let me know. Let me know your big, hairy, scary goals, and we can see how the group can support you and how I can kind of tailor any trainings that you need so that we're really making a difference in here, so that we've really got a community that is successful, that is vibrant, that is high vibe, and that is actually doing really, really well, and that supports each other through those stages. Okay, amazing. I don't think any of you guys caught that last bit because it was frozen, but don't worry, because you can always skip to the last like 3 minutes of the replay. But if anybody has any questions, put them in the comments. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. I'll just think that I did a really, really good job today of explaining beliefs, and that'll make me really happy. So awesome. But if you do have questions, if there is anything you need, if you do need support, reach out, you know, pop a post in the group and tell us about it, and we can kind of be here on your journey and support you through that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, my loves. Well, whilst I'm frozen like a frozen thing in a box marked very, very frozen. Oh, no, I'm back. Oh. Okay, awesome. Well, if there are no more questions, I'm going to go. I've got a call at 1 o'clock today, which is exciting. Yay! So as everybody knows, like, if you run a schedule like I do, for me, Wednesdays are discovery call days. So it's all like, yay, all people who want to talk about their exciting businesses, and it's all really awesome and exciting, and I get to know lots of interesting stuff and people, and that's really cool. But if you need anything, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments, pop me a message, whatever. And if not, I will be seeing you later on, because there are lots of exciting things coming this week. So tomorrow, obviously, we'll be talking about ideal clients. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll be talking about ideal clients. And then on Friday, I'm announcing something really, really, really exciting. Like, I'm literally sitting on my hands about it because it's really exciting. And I can't wait to finally kind of talk about it in the group. In fact, I just can't wait to talk about it full stop. It's going to be really cool. But I'll be talking about that on Friday. And, you know, obviously we're doing ideal clients tomorrow. And Friday, I think we'll probably do like core values and things like that. I want to go back to basics and make sure we've all got the basics down. And then we can kind of start going off and acing it. So that's I guess guess, a kind of sneak preview of the week ahead and what it's going to look like. And if anybody has any questions or anybody needs any assistance, yeah, I know, Lorraine. I don't know what's wrong with it today. It's not even saying that my connection is weak, so I don't really know. I don't know whether Facebook Live is just having one of those days. But I will be back at 12 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be doing ideal clients, and then on Friday we'll be talking about core values in your business. And then I'll be announcing something really, really exciting. So if anybody has any questions, chuck them in the comments, and I will be here all afternoon. And in the meantime, I will see you all later. Have a really, really lovely day. If anybody needs anything, you know where I am. And I am about to go and take the permalink for Block to Book Day 1. I'll speak to you guys really soon. Bye for now.